Hello. Right now we're going to start by looking at the exponential functions and their growth or decay. And so I have an exponential function typed in here, y equals b to the x power. And right now b is 1. And notice it's just a horizontal line. If b is 1 and we put in, say, 2 for x, well, we have 1 squared, which is 1. If we put in 4 for x, we have 1 to the 4th, which is 1. If we put in negative 8 for x, we have 1 to the negative 8th, which is still 1. But if we change this, if I grab b and make it bigger, so here's at 1.1, 1.2, and so on, notice that as we read left to right, now it gets bigger, it increases as we read left to right. And so if I keep making b larger, notice that the increase, the growth becomes steeper. That becomes less like a line and really increases sharply over here. So this is when b is at 5. And so if we made, if b is 5 and x is 2, that means we have 5 squared. So we'd have 2 comma 25, which would be way the heck up here. We don't even have this. The highest I got is 6 right there. That's why you can't even see it coming close to hitting that. So when b is bigger than 1, we're going to have a growth. As we read left to right, it increases. So let me head this back to 1. So we're back at our straight line. And what if we go smaller than 1? So we're talking between 0 and 1 right now. Notice my slider only goes as low as 0. So here we're at 0.9, 9/10. And as we read left to right, it decreases this time. And as I get closer to 0, just like the other side, as we get closer to 0, it becomes steeper, but this time on the left side. 0 won't exist at all. So, but there's 0.1. So if we have 0.1 to the x power, well, 0.1 to the negative 2, that's 1 over 0.1 squared, which is 1 over 0.01, which ends up being 100. So negative 2 comma 100, that's way up here, way up there. And again, the highest I have is 6, so we're not even close to that. But this time, because b is less than 1, as we read left to right, we decrease, or rather decay. So worth noting here, and you should definitely get this in your notes, for y equals b to the x, if b is greater than 1, then the function has exponential growth. And then the other way, for y equals b to the x, if b is less than 1. And we should probably say if it's between 0 and 1, because we noticed that when we got to 0, it's no longer existed. So it has to be positive. But when it's less than 1, then the function has exponential decay. Okay, and so again, there's decay because as we're left to right, it decreases. Here's growth because as you read left to right, it increases. Okay, we are done talking about this.